Here's a number that sounds impossible. Humans have mapped the surface of Mars in more detail than the floor of our own oceans. Every square kilometer of Mars has been photographed from orbit. The ocean floor? As of 2026, only about 28.7% of it has been mapped to modern standards, according to the Seabed 2030 project. That's strange, right? We live on a planet that's 71% water, and the part we understand least is the part directly underneath us. Let's start with the mapping effort itself. In 2017, the Nippon Foundation-GEBCO launched Seabed 2030, with one blunt goal: map the entire ocean floor to modern standards by the year 2030. When the project started, only about 6% of the seafloor had been properly mapped. By 2026, that number had climbed to 28.7%, with almost 5 million square kilometers added in the last year alone. Real progress. But it means more than 70% of the seafloor is still, quite literally, uncharted. Depth is part of the problem. The average depth of the ocean is around 3,682 meters. That's deeper than 11 Empire State Buildings stacked on top of each other. The deepest known point, the Challenger Deep in the Mariana Trench, drops to nearly 11,000 meters. Sunlight stops reaching past about 1,000 meters down. Everything below that is the midnight zone, permanent, total darkness, making up more than half of the entire livable volume on Earth. It's a comparison marine geologists make constantly. We have better maps of Mars, Venus, and the far side of the Moon than we have of our own ocean floor. Why is this so much harder than mapping a planet from orbit? Radar and cameras can map a surface from space because light and radio waves travel fine through a vacuum. Water blocks almost all of that. Sonar, using sound waves, is really the only practical way to map the deep sea, and it's slow. A single ship towing sonar equipment might cover only a few hundred square kilometers a day. At that rate, mapping the entire ocean floor with one ship would take hundreds of years. That's why Seabed 2030 leans on crowdsourced data from thousands of commercial ships, cruise liners, and research vessels, folding all of it into one shared map. And it's not just terrain we're missing. Scientists estimate a majority of ocean species have never been formally described. Nearly every deep-sea expedition that reaches new terrain, a seamount, a hydrothermal vent, a trench wall, turns up organisms nobody has documented before. On some deep expeditions, the large majority of animals collected turn out to be new to science. So the honest answer to how much of the ocean have we explored depends on what you mean by explored. Mapped to modern standards, about 29%, and climbing fast toward the 2030 deadline. Actually visited, sampled, and studied up close, a sliver of a percent. There is more unclaimed discovery sitting under the waves on this planet than anywhere humans have ever physically set foot. If a number like that surprised you, there are dozens more like it hiding in plain sight, and that's exactly what this channel digs up. Subscribe if you want the next one.